Bonjour à tous and welcome to this video. Today we're talking about Chanel beauty news, and I'm going to be sharing with you what you can expect from Chanel for this spring season, because there have been a lot of new makeup launches and a lot of beauty launches from Chanel in particular. They are starting the year very strong, and that's why I wanted to come here and chat with you about all of the new releases and what to expect in the coming months, so that you can plan your budget and you can plan what you want to purchase and what you're going to skip, because apparently there are going to be very few people who can afford to buy absolutely everything, and it's always great to have information in advance. If you're new to my channel, I love Chanel Beauty. I've tried almost everything from the brand with few exceptions. We're talking about fragrances, skincare and makeup, and I love to talk about Chanel on this channel. I would love to welcome you here. If you're returning, welcome back, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, in this video, we're focusing on Chanel beauty news. I'm going to start with the makeup launches, and then we're going to move on to fragrances and skincare, because there have been also a few new fragrances that Chanel launched towards the end of the year, and I wanted to share with you my thoughts because I have already tried those as well. And we are starting with the makeup. In the first days of 2024, Chanel surprised us with two launches simultaneously. They launched the new Le Beige Winter Glow collection, which is their first Le Beige makeup collection dedicated to the winter glow. Until now, we only had Le Beige makeup collections that were celebrating the healthy summer skin. Now we have one Le Beige makeup collection that is celebrating the natural, healthy, beautiful winter skin, like you've just been outside in the snow. And then the other collection that launched at the same time was Le Nuit de Chanel, which is celebrating the smoky eye look. And Chanel are offering us two versions of the smoky eye look. And they are offering us a limited edition eyeshadow palette Éclat de Nuit, which contains colors that are suitable to create intense smoky eye look or a soft smoky eye look. There are also a couple of limited edition eyeliners, and this collection is going to be limited. In the European countries, both of these collections launched simultaneously in the beginning of the year. The 1st and the 2nd of January, they were already in some of the Chanel boutiques and online. And in the US, the Le Beige Winter Glow makeup collection launched at the end of the year, right around the Christmas season. A lot of Chanel's US beauty boutiques were able to offer this collection to their customers. They pre-sold this collection, so you are already aware of this collection. As soon as the collection launched, I already purchased the new limited edition Éclat de Nuit eyeshadow palette along with one of the eyeliners. I also ordered the new Le Beige eyeshadow palette in Cool, which is not that cool in color. Now, I showed you swatches. One of my friends from the US purchased the eyeshadow palette right around Christmas, and she allowed me to share swatches of the eyeshadow palette on my YouTube channel. I'm going to link this video here so that you can see swatches. So this new Le Beige eyeshadow palette is called Cool, and what is surprising is that the colors actually lean more warm, even though the palette is called Cool. And on the promo photos, this eyeshadow palette definitely looks more like pinkish, almost purplish. But then if you take a closer look at the swatches in this video, you're going to see that the palette actually leans more like a warm eyeshadow palette. So I'm still waiting for my order to arrive. As soon as it arrives, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to review everything. With this Healthy Winter Glow collection, Chanel also launched new Winter Glow primers, and there are 3 colors available. I ordered the icy beige color, which I think is going to suit my skin tone quite well. And I also ordered one of the Winter Glow blushes. I decided to start with the pink blush, but definitely once this collection is in my local boutique, I'm going to go ahead, swatch everything. And I hope that my order is going to arrive very soon so that I can show you everything. And I'm going to compare also to the rest of the Le Beige collection in the Le Beige eyeshadow palettes, because I believe that I have almost all of them. They also added 2 new lip balms to the collection, and there are also a couple of new nail polishes. Overall, I'm very excited to try this collection, but this is not everything for the spring makeup collection. There is going to be a proper spring makeup collection, and I already showed swatches and close-ups of the palettes on my Instagram stories. Now, the collection is currently, I believe, not available anywhere, but some Asian accounts were able to get a hold of this collection. You might have seen some sneak peek photos of this collection. Please follow me on Instagram, because I am able to repost the stories there, and you can see the 2 palettes that we are expecting for Chanel's Spring 2024 makeup collection. These 2 photos belong to an Instagram account in Asia, and I believe that these 2 eyeshadow palettes have probably pre-launched in Asia, or maybe there have been some PR events where the eyeshadow palettes were presented, and that's how we get this information. But I respect the creator, and that's why I'm not going to be showing more close-up swatches. But I always respect Chanel very much, and I respect also the original creator, so I would like them to get the credit for showing this collection, and that's why please follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be reposting their stories and the posts for this collection so that you can see actual beautiful close-ups of the 2 eyeshadow palettes. As soon as these eyeshadow palettes launch in my country, I'm going to make sure to purchase them. I'm going to review them for you here on YouTube. I would like to ask you to please turn the notification bell on for all notifications on my channel, because sometimes I post information about new launches in the community tab of my YouTube channel, and that's how also you are going to not miss my future videos. Overall, I like both eyeshadow palettes for this spring makeup collection, and I never miss a Chanel makeup collection, so that's why I'm going to order both of them. One of them has 2 pink colors and 2 orangey colors, and the other one has a beautiful light brown color along with a shimmery golden, shimmery like white pearlescent with blue undertones color, and a blue color. The formula of this new eyeshadows is a little bit different. It is what we usually expect from Chanel's spring makeup collection. Usually for spring makeup collections, Chanel usually release some eyeshadow palettes and textures that are a little bit lighter, a little bit more luminous. This is typical for Chanel, but I definitely see that one of the colors in each of these new palettes is similar to what we used to have in the Les Quatre Ombres Byzance collection. So if you remember this kind of color, in the Byzance collection, we had one color that was like very shimmery with tiny little glitters. This is the kind of color that we have also for the spring makeup collection. And I know that this is not everyone's cup of tea, but these colors are quite powdery. They almost do not swatch very well, but they can be used as toppers, or if you want to use them all over the eyelid, you definitely have to use a primer. Overall, I'm quite excited for this launch from Chanel, and I'm quite excited to receive also my order and to show you absolutely everything. Next, Chanel also added 3 new colors to their existing Numero 1 de Chanel lip and cheek balm. Now, I really like those balms for the lips. I think I'm going to skip them just because I have normal to combination skin, and I find them to be a little bit too moisturizing for my cheeks. But the 3 new colors are absolutely stunning. If I can, I'm going to make sure to swatch them in store. And then we're moving on to skincare. So the lip and cheek balms are somewhere in the middle between skincare and the makeup product, because they are quite moisturizing. They are excellent for people who have dry skin. And then we have a new skincare product that I was able to try in advance, and this is the new Numero 1 de Chanel Revitalizing Mask. I did not know exactly the ingredients of this mask when I was trying it. I just had one of my friends who works at Chanel was able to get me samples of this mask. I felt some results from the mask after, let's say, the 3rd use or so. It says on the website that it exfoliates, evens and smooths. It's not one of those aggressive exfoliating masks where you can feel the results right away. I'm going to post the ingredients here because we already know them. I definitely felt a little bit of a smoothing effect on my skin, but definitely nothing like your typical exfoliating mask. So I think that this one is going to be suitable for people who want this very, very gentle exfoliation and hydration. Overall, this mask might be my favorite product from the Numero 1 de Chanel skincare line. I have tried all of the products from the skincare line, and even though I like it, I would say that it's not my favorite skincare line from Chanel. But this mask I definitely liked. It's very gentle, it moisturizes the skin, and I have been using it in the evening like twice a week, and I was able to see a little bit more smoothness to my skin, maybe increased hydration. So it's nothing dramatic in terms of results, but I have been using it only for a couple of weeks, so I can't really say for long-term results of this mask. And then we're moving on to fragrances. Now these fragrances have been launched at around November, December in some European countries, and I have been able to test them many times. I still haven't purchased one of these fragrances. So the newly released fragrances, they come in different bottles. They are not like new launches from Chanel, but they are relaunching these perfumes and they have changed the packaging. So we have number 19, the Eau de Toilette. We also had the new Cristalle Eau de Toilette. Again, not a new perfume, but this is like a perfume that is being relaunched. And then we also have Cristalle Eau de Parfum and Cristalle Eau Verte. These are re-promotes, mostly re-promotes. Of course, there's always going to be a difference between the different batches. These are perfumes that I never had in my collection. I have smelled them, but I never really had them in my collection, and that's why I cannot compare to old versions, but I think that they're not that much different. I think that they're just relaunching them, they're doing the repackaging, because I think that a lot of the faithful customers of Chanel have stopped buying them. This is what I think. And maybe they're trying to relaunch them, maybe they're trying to remind people, to remind Chanel lovers of this gems that they have in their collection. Now my favorite one here, and the one that I'm going to buy for the late spring summer season, is going to be Cristalle Eau Verte. This is a very beautiful floral green perfume. This is an eau de parfum, and I have to say that the projection is excellent and I can smell it all day long. It's so long lasting on my skin. Now every time when I go to my Chanel boutique, I spray this one on my skin just because I want to test them. I wanted to be able to test them and see and decide for myself which one I want to purchase. This is definitely my favorite out of all four of them. This perfume is very green, clean, citrusy. It starts with this, almost for some people might consider it to be a little bit sharp citrus opening. But then I would say that a little goes a long way with this perfume. I even wish that it was available in a smaller size bottle, because I would have purchased the small size bottle. Now this perfume has great projection, and on my skin personally it lasts like 8-9 hours. It is amazing. It is a perfume that I would actually layer with something that is a little bit more sweet. And I have been testing this one a lot of times. Every time when I go to my Chanel boutique, I spray this one on my skin because this is my favorite out of the four. I would say that it's very youthful, it's very clean. It gives me vibes of spending a morning in Provence in a beautiful house. It's early in the morning and everything is just waking up. The nature is just waking up, and I'm outside and the first sun rays are caressing my face. This is the vibe that this perfume gives me of an early, very fresh morning. And then as the fragrance develops, the citrus becomes a lot softer. There is a little bit of magnolia, but it's not floral in any way. I would describe it as purely as clean green perfume. It does get a little bit almost like green, clean, soapy kind of a just out of the shower feel. This is the kind of sense that this perfume gives me as I keep wearing it, during the day. Almost like someone who is very clean just getting out of the shower. So it's definitely a perfume that I wouldn't wear every single day, but sometimes. I think that this is going to be excellent for the spring and summer season, for early mornings, for people who like fresh perfumes, and this is definitely a unisex fragrance. I would buy a bottle because I think that I can wear this together with my partner. We can both wear this because it's like purely unisex fragrance. There is nothing feminine and nothing masculine about this fragrance. It's just very clean green citrus scent. Then the other perfume that I wanted to mention that's very interesting, the other launch, is the number 19 Eau de Toilette. It has a new packaging. I would say that the new packaging is so much more beautiful than the old packaging. It really feels very clean, very luxurious, and fits Chanel's aesthetics very much. And number 19 is a woody green perfume. I feel it to be a little bit more aggressive compared to Cristalle Eau Verte. I feel that Cristalle Eau Verte is a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine, a little bit more mass appealing, if you will. And number 19 really makes a statement. This is the last fragrance that was released and worn by Gabrielle Chanel. It is very different from Chanel number 5, and that's why everyone was against the launch of this perfume, because the house of Chanel already had the incredibly successful Chanel number 5, but Chanel insisted on this perfume to be launched because she believed that in order to be irreplaceable, one must be different. And that's why also number 19 is so much different than Chanel number 5. It has nothing to do with Chanel number 5. It is, I would say this one is almost like a sharp, woody green perfume. It is something that I like, I definitely appreciate, but not something that I would buy. But let me know what you think and what are your thoughts on the number 19 fragrance. I never had this one in my collection, but I enjoy trying it from time to time when I go in store. Number 19 is described as a floral green perfume. Now, to my nose, I definitely feel it more like a green woody perfume, but I don't see anything floral in this perfume, or at least on my skin. It has galbanum, green notes, iris, and a little bit of a woody base. To my nose, personally, there is nothing floral about this perfume, but I would say that it's quite intense. I would even say that the opening is a little bit sharp green opening. It's a very statement opening. I don't feel the iris, even though it's listed in the notes. Maybe it's very much in the background, or maybe the green notes are definitely overpowering the iris. I think that with this perfume, Chanel are bringing back a precious gem, and I think that it has there have been a lot of fans of this perfume, and it's great that they are relaunching it now in a new bottle. I think that if you have been loving the old version of this perfume, I don't think that you're going to see that many differences. So that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to try everything. I'm very excited to try all of the new spring releases, especially makeup from Chanel, because I've already tried skincare and fragrances, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.